Gentlemen, this 24-hour non-stop conclave is slowly and steadily coming to its final destination. We are at session 48, yet another interesting topic, effective GD. And the facilitator, Mr. Ramasubramaniam. Over to you, sir.
So, very good morning. Good morning. Right. So, it gives me immense pleasure to stand before once again to talk about a very interesting topic, group discussion. While the basic aptitude test is considered to be a filtering process, where there are huge amount of students available, huge amount of employees available from which you can filter to a basic requirement, that is the purpose of an aptitude test. It's simply a filtering process. While an interview is a much more one-to-one deeper probing aspect, the group discussion gives a very powerful platform for emerging of powerful human dynamics. On the one hand, you have a simply left-brained aptitudinal process. On the other hand, on the other side, you have one-to-one powerful interactions. And somewhere in the middle is the bridge that connects both, and that is the group discussion process. It's a very powerful process in which many powerful human qualities could emerge. So what is a GD? GD is a very simple process in a way, in that 6 or 8 people, students preferably, they sit together and discuss about a topic which is given to them. The topic would normally be debatable in nature, like the role of female professionals in corporate sector. Should students enter politics? Is India really developing? So those are certain topics in which you can take any side you want. And then the process starts. So let's bring your attention to certain basic essential elements, if you are able to focus on which, will be making you very effective in the group discussion process. So what is the first thing they look for? A panel of judges sitting across, you will be giving individual numbers, and what will those panelists will be looking for? The first thing is, the first quality which they will be looking for is your ability to form opinions. About the given topic, are you really capable of thinking, and are you really able to form your own opinion about the topic that is under discussion? Or should you simply choose to say, whatever Ramu says, I accept. Whatever Somu says, I don't accept, and keep mum. So the first test is whether you are able to form your own opinion. Are you able to become aware of your own perception? That is it. So when the topic comes, is India really developing, you can have your own views, but the condition is your view your own? From your life position, from your life experiences, from your experiences in the society, are you able to form your conclusions about the topic? And the second thing is, how positively you are able to present your opinions. What is meant by positiveness? Positiveness is acknowledging and accepting the negative attitudes or the negative attributes that could be available, but still having a sliver of at least optimism, a sliver of optimism. Yes, India has some challenges here and there. We need to accept them. But we need to move beyond, and we need to understand what are the strengths of India. She has a very huge human resource, out of which more than almost 40–50% are youngsters. So with that in mind, with that potential in mind, if you are able to present yourself as, even amidst the challenges, still India has a very powerful strength. So you come across as a positive person. The first thing is, are you able to really form your own opinions? The second thing is, are you able to be positive about that? Another way to judge your positiveness is to look for whether you curse, complain, or corrupt. As you talk, are you completely, constantly, consistently complaining about so many things occurring around you? So that would put you as a not so positive person. So accepting the challenges, but still looking for that sliver of hope would make you come across as a very, very positive person. Then, you have your own perception, you are positive about that. Then comes what? Then comes, are you able to have, or do you have the ability to present solutions for that? That is the most important thing. Are you able to really present solutions, or are you simply a critic? Yes, India has so many strengths. She has some weaknesses, but she has strengths. What are we going to do about it? How are we going to use that strength? Are you able to come out with some problems or some solutions for those problems? That is what the panelists will be really looking for. So how can you come with some solutions? So that much youth power, so much unbridled energy is available. So we need to have some sort of forums. We need to have some sort of setups in which that energy could be channelized and for more positive purposes. That could be one solution which you present. And going beyond the solution, the panelists will be really impressed if you are able to come up with an action plan. A solution could be at a macro level, but at a micro level, what is that you can do as an individual? We are talking about a big macro thing like a country, but still you are a very, very important part of that country. So at that unique level of your individuality, what is that you can do? So that would make you come across as a person with powerful responsibility. So many challenges, so many strengths. This should be then, what am I going to do about it as an individual? So if you are able to form an action plan, that will be very, very impressive for the panelists. So that is one important aspect. Moving next comes the important concept of how are you interacting and treating your group members. That ideas may not be obtained from an interview. So this is where the panelists will be keenly watching you. So how do you treat your co-members? How do you interact with them? The first thing that you can do is be aware of your speaking time, because there is a very peculiar disease which is called as a mic disease, right? Some people become very addicted to their mics. Once the mics are given, they go on the roll and they keep on rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling, and they forget the time. And so it happened really, right? It seems one of our speakers, right, in a forum was speaking continuously. He had an addiction with the mic, and he was talking continuously for much longer time. And then he suddenly realized that he was talking too much over time, and he apologized to the audience, it seems. He said, sorry audience, right, I forgot to look at the clock. And one audience member gave a feedback saying that at least you should have looked at the calendar, right? So that is how it is. The mic disease could make you forget about yourself. So are you really objective? Are you really able to control yourself? Are you really able to restrict yourself with the core important points? That is something very important. And are you assertive enough in the way that people, yes, they will be trying to occupy the time, maybe 20 minutes is the time, 6 or 8 people should share their points about within that time. Are you really assertive? Are you able to stand and get that portion of the pie which is your right? So are you really assertive enough? So limit yourself, at the same time fight for your time. In that way you will come across as a very assertive person. The next thing which I would like to bring to your attention is this point. Normally in group discussions, I personally feel there is an urge to talk first, right? Because it has been suggested that the first impression is the best impression. So people have an urge, right? They vie for that mic, so that if I come across with my point powerfully, I'll be more remembered. But the truth could be other ways. First impression may be the best impression,